Hello. Okay, I think application audio might be a little high, but it's not consistent, so... But today, I'm playing this game. Fun game. Very, very low on, like, focus. It's actually very easy to play without focusing a ton. So it'll be fairly easy to talk. There's lots of different aesthetics. I'm gonna go with this just because it hurts my eyes the least. But I'm gonna be playing this and talking about a light novel that I'm rereading for the... Oh, what a great start. A light novel that I'm rereading for the third time. That mainly because it has an official translation now, which is helpful. It's just sort of, oh, official translation, I should read that. But I mean, since I'm focusing on this, I'm gonna keep it on high speed. If I'm doing other stuff and have it on normal speed, even then it's easy to manage, but it takes until 500-ish passengers before it gets crazy. But until then, it's kind of relaxed and very easy to focus. But, so the light novel that I was talking about is called like Fake Saint of the Year, and then there's like a further description that exists, but I honestly can't remember what the description is off the top of my head. But the Fake Saint of the Year is a key point, because that's the entire premise. It's a story about, well, it's sort of an isekai otome game. Well, not otome game, it's actually a different, like, dating sim that's not targeted at women. Oh, lovely. I haven't had the chance to get another bridge yet. I'm gonna have... Oh, no bridges. Oh shoot, I have to go up top. I don't like this map so far. This has been not great luck. Can I put... I don't know enough about the game to know if this is a good idea or not, but I'm gonna try. But I'll just see how it goes. But fixing the use of the premise is that someone, it's sort of like they reincarnate into the dating sim, except it is eventually revealed that it's much more complicated than that. But that's only revealed basically at the end of the story, which this is a fairly major spoiler, but like it is eventually revealed that it's like the most over the top like parallel universe, multiverse story I've ever seen. Like it puts like multiverse stuff into the story, and it, oh shoot, it's not connected, that's why I messed up. I don't think I need that. I forgot to connect. But yeah, it's eventually that, and it's sort of a less of a straightforward otome game reincarnation type story. But that only becomes apparent after a while into the story. It's initially not too obvious that that's the case, but like within the first volume, which has been released and I've finished reading, I've read the entire story twice, but within the first volume that has been officially translated, the main character semi-regularly visits... Oh, this is not a good setup. This lake is very troublesome. But yes, I need a bridge. I've needed a bridge for a while. I'm not going to set up a bridge yet, but I really will need one soon. Because I need a bridge down here, probably. But the main character frequently travels between what they think, and what within the first volume it's never revealed that isn't the case, but what they think is their normal life, their original life, as like a dream, and then goes back to the world that they're living in now, and they see how their actions have affected, though it's eventually revealed that didn't actually affect them in the way they think they did. Because it's like there's two wholly separate... Oops. There's two wholly separate universes at play. And like, the character that we know throughout the first part of the story is... more extra bridges. The character that is known, at no point did they live, like they didn't, it's like, okay, at some point they transitioned to this new world, and so at no point were they in the old, like they were in the old world. They learned the story that they would then base their decision making on in the new world. The entire time travel adjacent multiple universes thing I don't think is handled the best. Like it's, I mean, anything that's time travel / multiverse related will be messy, and I would say this one is pretty messy eventually, but it's fun. But I think the key part of the story, it's, I guess the story isn't a parody, it is, oh, what's the word? I don't believe it would qualify as a parody, it would qualify as... It might be a parody, but it riffs on existing tropes. Setup is so bad. This setup is so bad. It's so bad. This is not a good setup and I'm gonna lose, probably. Like, this is such a bad setup for all these guys. Because the blue being over on the right here, having to get all the way over here, the green getting blue houses up here, the white here has to go here, the yellow is all here but also here. I think it's in my best interest to just set everything up again. Basically, have yellow go here and then up, have white go here. How, like, basically I think I should remove this, have all the white ones just go up, here, connected with blue. I'm just gonna do that, I want to see what happens. Connect that, and then have all the orange cars go there. These white cars are gonna be a nightmare because they're gonna have to go all the way around here. It's not gonna go well. This run is not going well. I have not been getting good spawns. And I still haven't gotten a single motorway. Or whatever they're called. There it is, the motorway. That might help a lot. Okay. And this guy's here because I disconnected it because I wasn't paying attention. It's not a... I don't like this map so far. The setup has been very difficult because I haven't gotten any good... I've gotten pretty bad luck with the spawns. So I need... Oh, I need to get rid of that. What I need is to get this supplied. So I think it's not ideal, but I'm gonna have to put a motorway basically just there for now. And then if I get another bridge, I can put it here and have the blues all connect nice. But that requires getting another bridge. which I do not currently have because I've taken every bridge opportunity that I've gotten, but it's just not enough. I probably could have dealt with this recent adjustment better if I knew I was going to get a motorway. But this is just not a good setup. Everything about it is bad. This is not a good flow. But I've only gotten 2 bridges on this map where everything had to cross the bridge as much as possible. You know, this run's done. Like, I'm not even gonna do much to save it unless I just get given a bridge. I will lose, so I'm not gonna try at this point. Because I got 2 bridges on this map where I had to go back and forth a dozen times. I'm just gonna let it lose. Come on, lose. Faster, please. Lose faster, please. Using the motorway might have been better, but what I wanted to do, basically shift this and connect that. That might be better, might be worse. I'm still gonna lose in like 4 seconds. Because none of these are routing here. They're all routing to these other ones, despite the fact that those are empty. And they don't actually need a rush. That was probably my worst run. Anyway, I'm gonna do a different map, hoping for a better spawn. But yeah, like, these other ones that look like they would have so much more water. Like, Tokyo has a ton of water. I never had that bad of a spawn as this one river place. Munich went better. It is a lot of water. I've never done Beijing, sure. And this is like my first or second run on LA. But playing this, yeah, like the biggest thing is that I can start without using up the one bridge I have instantly. But fake Saint of the Year, yes, the most compelling, well, most interesting part of the story, and it comes into play a lot later, is the fact that the main character is playing the role of a perfect saint because of plot reasons of, like, they don't want the real saint to suffer because they liked the character. So they play the role of a perfect saint, but they as a person are established as being absolutely a terrible person. But they're not like, oh, what a terrible spawn. But they're established as a terrible person, and at least within their internal monologues, they're maintained consistently. I never use traffic lights, let's just try it. They're pretty consistently... Oh god, can you only use them at, like, straight crossings like this? Why can't I place it? You can only put it at those. That is such questionable design. Like, why? It would help so much if I didn't have to put it on a square. I wish if I could put it in the corner of one, it'd be way better, but I know why you can't, but... I do kind of like that intersections are bad in this game, because intersections are not optimal in reality. And these are probably not synchronized, so they're probably even worse than, like, reality ones, but... Anyway, sorry, yeah. At least within the story, within their own speech, where only they're the only one that's talking, they're not interacting with other people. They are clearly not a good person. But despite being an awful person, despite being not a good person, they're not an absolutely terrible person who doesn't care about others, but they only look at things for how they influence themselves, which, from a practical perspective, having other people think you're a good person so that you can get through life more easily is a benefit. Like, I think it's an interesting character wherein they're not a good person, but they're not comically evil, because they recognize that it's easier to get through life without picking fights. Like, just getting along well enough is a lot easier than... Do you think I should put that in there? Except I can't. I have to do that. I think I'd rather... Okay, I'm gonna get that. These spawns aren't great. I mean, technically, I think getting a roundabout and putting it here would be better, but... Wait, what would be the positioning on the roundabout? The positioning would be kind of awkward. But it would work. I should probably consider changing this to go straight across, so that the yellow cars can get here faster. But... I don't really want to draw that. I have plenty. Roundabout. Okay, so I think I'm gonna try and replace that with a roundabout. Okay. I don't like pausing until it goes crazy, but I want to just make this look nice. If I would put a roundabout here, it would take up this space. And I would need inputs to rotate them, and that would make the red cars worse. If I put it here, and just shift that intersection... I can't shift the intersection up half a block. I can't put the intersection in the middle there because it's frustrating that you can't. Oh, the placement just bugs me so much. If I could put it on a corner, it would be so much nicer. I don't think it's worth trying to put it in for now. But... fixing the character's not a good person, but they maintain the facade of being a good person because that furthers their aim. They're not, oh, let's treat everyone like dirt. It's, I'll think of them like dirt, but treat them reasonably so that they don't, you know, take issue with me. And I think that's a solid character. And it's even more fun when eventually it's like, oh, it's revealed that it's a world with magic, obviously, but it's revealed that the mana of the world gets tainted by people, like humans, ill thoughts, like violence, anger, rage, all that type of stuff. And the more you absorb mana, the more it taints your soul. And there's a big plot point about that, but a relevant plot point, but I think less... What the... Less spoiler heavy, still spoilery, fact about that is how, like, the main character, because they're a terrible person, is unaffected by the, you know, tainting effects of the mana absorption, because they were always an awful person. Which I think is kind of a fun idea. You know what I'm gonna do? I generally don't want to pause, but I'm going to get all these guys grouped and motorway them across to here, and then connect it in so they can get to here nice and easily. And then these guys would still have to get to there though, so I still think I should connect one of these at least over there. It's probably not going to be enough. I might need 2 houses to flow to there, in which case some of these will still travel over here, which is not ideal, but... Oh, I need to collect... Okay, these spawns have been pretty bad. Mostly just these awkward little rivers have been causing problems. Because I need green to go over here, these rivers need me to go like this. What I could definitely do is get some of these green guys. I don't have enough roads, so I can't, but I could get some of these green guys connected there, maybe? I get an extra... I need more road. If I put this there, that should work. Except these aren't supplying because that's not connected. I need to get these guys up there somehow. I don't have... I could bridge them up, but that's not ideal. I think I lose because I wasn't paying attention to the fact that this wasn't connected. If I'd taken a motorway, I'd be able to do it easily. I really don't like how these position. I wish I could just position them however I wanted to make it look better. I could actually see what's going on. I could funnel... Do I have space to funnel? I can't go out here. I'd have to pass through there and around. Okay, let's get... Let's get these 3 to flow over there. That should maybe work, but get rid of that. 3 and 3 should be fine. I don't think they're gonna make it in time, but... And then of course after it's too late I get these that can supply there. Which would instantly mean that entire building can be cleared out. I need... Somewhere's gonna need a roundabout. But, yeah, it's a fun story. The first volume has... these spawns. The first volume has some important plot points that establishes a bunch of stuff. But it's mostly, I think, it's mostly just a story about... I need more blue supply. I don't have anywhere near enough blue supply because all the blues are being placed down here where they're nowhere near where they're needed. And there's a random red car here that I'm gonna have to connect with this route, which is gonna need reds to go over here. Okay, these reds should supply, but if I... Do I have roads? I have enough roads. Let's just do that, see if that helps out. Yeah, this is going... Yeah, I don't really have much more to speak about that wouldn't spoil a bunch of stuff about the story. That nobody really cares about the story, but... There's nobody that watches this, so it doesn't actually matter, but... There's a bunch of stuff that I could say that spoils stuff, but I'll wait till the second volume, that I assume is going to be the last volume, is out. Because once that is out, then it will be, like, more accessible. Okay, I don't need this line anymore. I still need this line. I don't need this line. Okay, let's pause for a second. Red needs to go up here. This is all connected. This is where it was suffering, but that seems to be connected mostly fine. What I could do, I have plenty of roads. I could get basically just that to get a better supply of blue to down here, if necessary. Though these need to go up here and it's going to be more complicated, but... need more greens. The greens have to travel across the entire map. I don't need more blues. What I need is a motorway. Because the greens need to travel across the entire map. Okay, let's pause for a second. Because what I could do, shift this here, turn the yellows and the greens around to get a better... Okay, I have wasted greens over here. Get better green flow across to the other side of town. Because all the greens over here, all the greens over here, they need to get across town quickly. How are there not enough blues here? How are there not enough blues here? Because I didn't connect it to the one above when I thought I had. There absolutely should be enough blues here. I'm going to put a backup across there. And there's not enough grays here, despite the infinite supply of grays here. There's not enough greens over here because they get stuck in traffic. I'm going to swap it to that. That might help a little. Actually, can I put a... I can't put a roundabout there. Lovely. There's not enough grays, despite the fact that there's grays that can flow directly to it. Why is there not enough grays? Like, what is getting in the way of the grays? Oh, you can zoom in. Like, what is getting in the way of grays getting here enough? Like, there's all of these gray cars, and somehow it's still not supplying enough for here. Because the gray cars from here are going down for some reason, instead of to where they're actually needed. Of course there's not enough gray cars if they do that. How frustrating that is. Like, there should be enough grays here to supply, everything should be supplied enough, but it's not. Okay, maybe what I need to do, just add a terrible motorway linking to here. It's the worst motorway, but I mean, it's just asking for it because it's not letting me supply enough through the road, so it's not going to work because these yellow cars are going to get in the way. Look at this. Oh my goodness. So, this is game over. The game's gonna end. These red cars can't turn left because these blue cars can't go where they're trying to go, wherever that is. So it's gridlock because these guys can't move, so these guys can't move, so these guys can't move, and these people can't leave. And this is gonna back up too much. But I can't put a roundabout in a position that I like. Let's try this. Let's see if it fixes it. I don't think it will, because that's not at all how a roundabout should be set up. That's not how you drive. Oh, because that's the old... It won't clear up until they move through the old route they were going to follow. Because they have to maintain the route they were following, because that's how it works. I wish I could put a roundabout here. Let's put a traffic light. See if that helps somehow. Bridge, sure. I have 4 bridges. That was a waste. So light blues getting to here are an issue. Yellow getting to here, somehow yellow getting there is an issue. Let's shift this to there. Yellows will be easier to get to where they're going. Maybe this game is over. Because it's spiraling out of control at about 1,000 as always. Yeah. It spiraled out of control. And I'll let it collapse at this point because I don't really know what to really do to fix it at that stage when everything's out of control. It's not bad. What's Mega City? Diagonal roads are more expensive. Yeah, double destinations. These sound effects in this game are so weird. Manila. It's not gonna go well. Yeah. I don't have much more to talk about Fake Saint of the Year. It's great. It's fun. I think it's a great setup. It eventually, I think, gets dragged down. Like after a certain point in the story, when they start to emphasize the like multiverse time travel adjacent stuff, then it gets a little messy, because once it focuses on that, it has the same issue any time travel thing that emphasizes time travel has, and it just gets overly complicated. Not necessarily hard to understand, but more like anything like that almost always raises the question of, would this be how it would actually work? Like, the Harry Potter example, it does it well, I think, because it's just, it happened this way, it always happened this way. In the movies, at least, you always saw, if you look back, you'll see that it had visibly happened that way before. There were hints like that, so it supported it. But this story is like, here's a fairly large spoiler. I can talk for maybe a minute about it. Fairly large spoiler that, like, the main character saw the video game in their original world, and that original world was also the world in which the event, like, there are two worlds within each of the, like, the story happens within a real world, and that world exists in two different timelines, and within those timelines, it's like timeline A has original world of the main character and original villainous fake saint character, and the new world therein has the improved fake saint played by the main character, along with the world that exists that, like, the video game was made. The video game was made based on the events, but the events gets, like, there's a time is not even between the two, so it's a little bit shaky because the events of the game all occurred, and then the story was written before the main character hypothetically traveled to the other world, and it's just needlessly uncertain whether that's how anything would actually potentially work. Not that it really matters how it would work. It's still a fun enough premise. It's a fun enough build-up. I think there's a few too many, like, after storylines that, like, they expand on the characters and the world, but they just feel tacked on, which I think is kind of, what the? Oh, that is so frustrating. Like, you can't directly put it onto the water because it requires a bridge, but so you can't make it cost a bridge because this first tile of road doesn't count as something you have to pay for. I mean, this is very good spawns. The double bridge crossing is suboptimal because now I'm out of bridges, but yep, now I need another bridge or a motorway. I don't for a second think this is the optimal way to do this. I just think it's funny. Because when you get nice spawn locations that you can just individually link direct links between them, it's very nice. So I think I want to feed that into there instead, because 2 and 2 is what's necessary. But it's fun, this game. I think I'm done talking about the book because I have nothing else to talk about that isn't heavy spoilers. But I've played this game, played Mini Metro a bit. I actually really don't like Mini Metro. It frustrates me so much. I'm just gonna let these sit here for now until I desperately need a better supply, and then I'll connect it. I'll just connect it through here. Nope, misclick, misclick. Bridges. So, until I need more yellow here, I'm just gonna let it supply how it is. And even then, I might actually just do this to there instead, because that might be enough. Yeah, because these spawns are so easy. Like, this is the freest setup, because I haven't been forced to cross any lines, so everything just flows smoothly. But Mini Metro frustrates me, because it doesn't function like... Yeah, I can just draw... Like, Mini Metro does not function how, like, it doesn't make use of things that actually are required in transit planning. Like, if you're designing a layout for something, there's generally, like, feeders and trunks. I can't do that. I'm gonna have to, like... If I want to keep it all separate, I'll have to do that, which is fine. It worked. But in, like, reality transit systems, like, you generally don't connect every single possible passenger directly to metro lines and stuff. There's trunks and feeders, so this is not the time to have to pause, but I'm going to pause because now I have to feed this somehow. I think feeding the blue into here and then looping it around is maybe the way to go. Or feeding the blue to here. But I don't... If I had one more bridge, that's what I would do. I have a roundabout. I could put a roundabout there. Feed those guys into there. Feed... I really wish I could actually properly reset that stuff, but I can't because this stuff doesn't work with you. Then I can get this. All these blue cars will travel here and then go across the bridge here and then connect there. But sadly, this bridge won't go away until these two cars get back. No, until all these cars have to get back before I'm going to be able to move that bridge, so it's not going to work. I'm not going to be able to fix it. Because these cars don't cooperate. It's going to take too long and it's not going to work. And this is going to build up, this is going to build up, and that's going to both be issues. Now, if I'd noticed, I would have connected this here, and that would have supplied enough. It's just going to complain, so I'm just going to reset that to what it was. Motorway. So I'm just going to go back to this, which is less interesting than what I was going to do, which is going to have that flow there, and it would be more efficient probably. But then I got these that spawned here really luckily, so it saved me. If I need to, I could supply one more house up here. But yeah, mini motorways, you need trunk feeders, so you generally have central lines running, covering large distances that are fed by buses. But mini motorway, and generally there's central areas, it's like these are common places that people get on and off. Now this is not ideal. I'm going to motorway it. Again, almost certainly not optimal in the slightest. But funny. No. No. Just directly feed them onto a motorway to their workplace. I actually really hope I get a light green one down here so I can just... Oh, down here. So I can just build a bridge all the way out and around. That's gonna grow soon is my guess, and I'm gonna have to feed them over. Ooh. That red connection is suboptimal. I'm not using any roundabouts, but all I have to do here is get this connected and feed some reds into here. Hope that that's not needed there anymore, which it shouldn't be. This should feed this enough, though it doesn't feed that enough. I'm gonna need to shift a few more over here probably to feed that better. Can I get this into here? No. There's just not enough space, which is a real life issue. It's very impactful on when designing roundabouts because they take up so much space. And so because they take up, I could just connect that. I don't want to though. It would really mess with the easy flow. And that's not enough for that and that. I'm gonna need more supply. I only have, so 2 to here, 2 to there, 2 to there, and I only have 1 extra. Okay, there's the 2 extra, both in the bad spot. Well, both in a spot that I don't like, but not really a bad spot. It might be... fine to do this. Not a good design at all. Incredibly impractical from any real perspective. But practicality is not actually relevant in this game. Why is this guy facing this direction? Like, you don't actually have to worry about paying for stuff, so having basically dedicated roads between origin and destination isn't a waste in this game. I could just connect that. I might just draw a line basically straight up from here. And that shouldn't cause too much of a flow issue. More bridges. Because they should flow just fine to where they need to go, and they'll flow there just fine. Which I think also means I'm going to connect that in case I need it, because that will just be a little bit of extra flow to those. Yeah, some of these runs just kind of are free, or pretty close to free. At least to get to like 1,000. I think I'll make it to 1,000 fairly safely. Okay, I want 1 more of these for it to be worthwhile. Okay, 2 of those. This is gonna go down this way. That's not efficient at all. And it's actually incredibly impractical. I wonder if it's better to do this than that. I'm not sure. I'd say from a reality perspective, it's probably not better. Like, it's always important to keep in mind that this is not... Like, this is a very gamified anything. I mean, I should probably clear that out and put a motorway. Other things that might need motorways. These blue guys have an suboptimal flow. I actually do think these guys would benefit the most from a motorway. Though not actually, they wouldn't actually benefit from a motorway. They're getting there fast enough. They don't have enough parking space to finish their job. This red guy needs more flow. So a motorway for red might be nice, except I got a supply right there, so I probably don't need to use a motorway for that. Green might need a motorway. I'm not sure. The travel time might be too high. I can't cut that off. So... Because if the bridges can't split like that. So I probably do need to... Oh, but I can't. No, let's put the motorway in... there. Clear that and hope it clears fast enough that I can draw the bridge to there. There, okay. That's ugly, but it worked. It's fine. I don't want to clear it. Shoot, this red connection is bad. Traffic lights, roundabouts. I'm not going to use either. I think actually that's a better connection. Okay, these red... I think these guys have to go... across like that. Okay, red in the middle supply is fine. That one's an issue, but it just got started and it should be flowing enough now, hopefully. Oh, these red guys could be connected to this path, and that wouldn't be bad. I have two passes here. That's actually such a waste. I just realized that I have this going from here, and if I connect these to here, I could supply the greens across and then over there, but it's working for now, so I'm going to leave it. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And all of that. This is not good. This busyness, but I need the yellow supply in soon. I need to get yellow supply over. But I can't get yellow supply over because I don't have any bridges. If I had another bridge, it would be fine. Because then I could just yellow bridge across here and then pull it down to here, supply it that way. And then connect here. This needs more supply. This yellow needs to supply more. Okay. This yellow needs more supply. I could supply both of those into this yellow. And then get all of these yellow... But that's going to be a traffic jam waiting to happen. That's not going to work. I need a bridge. Do I have any spare bridges? I could get a spare motorway. I could connect... I could move this motorway somewhere else. Like, put this motorway from there to here. And then connect these guys up to here, have them motorway across. That might be what I need to do. Like, have them motorway across there to travel less efficiently, but like, well, efficient is kind of relative here. Put this here, have them travel across. Reds can go, reds, yellows, greens can all go where they need to go. And then I will use motorway 3 to connect here. Oh, actually, no. No, just swap motorway 1 to over here, connect all the yellows to it. Yeah, connect all the yellows to motorway 1. I need to clear this out, that's just ugly. In, across. Connect all this to the new motorway 1. Repurpose these guys to go to this one, and that shouldn't be an issue. But I keep 3 flowing where it is. Like, it's always important to recognize that these games are just, like, it's not City Skylines or Sim City or Cities Skyline. The name has a plural where I didn't expect it to. Okay, this guy here really should connect, like straight through here, instead of how I do have it now. Oh, this is awkward. I need to get some sort of... Actually, can I fit a... I can't fit roundabouts anywhere. It might be in my best interest to abandon these 2 yellow cars and put the overpass here. That might be better. Or the, not an overpass. Motorway. I have an extra motorway now. I have a motorway that I can work with. But what I was considering is move this there. I can't do that. Shoot. There. Connect this. Connect that. Have 3 supply to there. That might be enough. I need to use this motorway effectively. Okay. What would be an effective use of the motorway? I actually do need to get more. Like, these guys should supply here a bit. What are these supplying? So these are what are they supplying over here? Or are they? What are these 3 supplying? No, that. What was supply? Okay, my setup was not efficient. I was supplying this via the long route around here because it was fine, because at the time it was just a direct route. Now that doesn't work anymore because it's not a direct route like that, so I need to adjust. What I could do, what I can't do, I was going to say I could just direct link there to there, but that's not going to work. Okay. I need more dark blue supply. I could get, well, I could just get a cross city motor, wait, I got a new motorway, where did I, oh, because I moved that motorway and they're still using it, so I actually don't have a backup motorway. Once this lower motorway clears, I'll be able to place another motorway. But until then, I won't be able to place another motorway. I also want to delete that so it doesn't connect for now. Like, I don't want this connecting. I want to see if this supplies enough without causing additional traffic. So what I need is, I need this to connect into here somewhere. That might be it might actually be best to connect it up like there. So there's a separate intersection. That might be worse though. Okay, so I need all this stuff to connect. But I have an extra motorway that I'll be able to use shortly. What I don't have, I have a north, bumped. I have a north-south here, a sort of north-south here, a north-south-ish here. I don't have an east-west. Do I need an east-west anywhere? Or is there anywhere that would benefit greatly from an east-west connection? I think supplying light blues would benefit from an east-west connection, but I'm not sure where. I have 5 here. I don't know how much each actually requires. Like, I think you can support one of these on 2 houses, and these might be double, so they might need 4 houses per. So this needs 4 houses feeding it. This has only 1 extra here. And I mean, this won't be enough if I'm feeding it with just 3. Which is all that I would be feeding it if I do my connection that I'm planning. But it also, with all motorways, it might be faster, I'm not sure. The top one does not have, the top yellow one does not have good supply. Oh no, the top yellow one has great supply. It has excessive supply. It has way more supply than it needs. What I could do is put a motorway in around here. Like place a motorway here. Actually, yeah. Put a motorway here. Connect it to the yellows down here. And some of the blues here. You just have it as a point that they can travel to. And then go from there over to here or here. And then connect for light blues and yellows more easily. Because if it's on the left side here, it will supply the yellows without interacting with the dark blues. What I should do maybe is replace this bridge with a dark blue, with a bridge to here. Get rid of this so there's no intersection. Yeah, clear that, put a bridge across there. So that the dark blues go here and don't interact with this section at all. And just kind of reroute the dark blues all around the outside. Get the light blues and the yellows supplied by a motorway across. I think that's the plan. Just clear that and prep to draw that. And then once this motorway is done, I can connect it. Speed up until those clear. Okay, they should clear fairly quickly though. I don't have enough light blue flow because the dark blues are in the way. This dark blue is still going across despite the fact that I deleted it, so they should stop. So that should help. Now I'm going to lose before that the new changes are going to be able to go into effect. Because they're not going to let me do this because these guys are planning their routes with that in mind, so it's not going to go well. Come on, if this would finish, I'd be able to fix it, but I can't fix it because they're stuck at the intersection and this is going to be a loss right now. Because this guy's not going to be able to get through. And these guys still enter. So I've given up because I can't fix what I was trying to fix. I did get my motorway though. I was going to put it like right here. Connect the yellows. And allow the blues to connect. And then connect it right there. I'm still going to lose because these guys can't connect because they keep crossing the bridge, so I can't build a new bridge. Okay, there it is. I'm still going to lose because I don't have time. Oh, I couldn't fix the flaw in time because it was too slow. But that's the end for today. I'm going to be doing another thing with this tomorrow, but that's going to be a bit different. Because I'm going to basically be doing this in the background while doing other stuff in a different game. Okay, that's where I'm stopping. Bye-bye.